Hi, my name is Amber Cano Martin. My pronouns are she and her, and I'm running for town council in District 2. I was born in Lansing, Michigan, and I grew up mostly in Westchester County, New York, with parents who worked in nonprofit. From them, I learned the value of working for the common good and being of service. Some experiences that profoundly shaped me as a young adult were being active in the student anti-sweatshop and global justice movement and spending several years living and working in Central America. I came to the Pioneer Valley in 2007 as a graduate student in international education at UMass Amherst. I immediately fell in love with the town. When my husband and I decided to have our first child, we knew that Amherst was the place we wanted to raise our family, and we bought our home here in 2010. For the past 16 years, I've worked with the Service Employees International Union, SEIU, organizing personal care attendants in Massachusetts, and then as a labor educator with the International Union. All of my work has involved working with low-income workers, often also facing marginalization on the basis of race, gender, language, or other identity. I have seen firsthand the power of workers organizing, believing in, and building their own leadership and knowledge in demanding change. My belief and hope that we can create a world with social, racial, and economic justice by building democratic movements is the guiding principle of my life and work. I identify as white, cisgender, and part of the LGBTQ+ community, and I understand that both unpacking and being aware of the unearned white privilege I was born with is central to all the social justice work I engage in, a lifelong process that is never done, and very personal. I hope to show up better every day and to be open to receive feedback on how I can do better. As a mother to 2 biracial, bilingual children, I strive to be aware of how my white privilege and their lack of it can affect their education, relationships, identity development, and safety, and how, in consistently showing up for racial justice, I'm also showing up for them. In a time when so many of us are distressed about our slide into fascism at the national level, I think it's more important than ever to take action locally, both to protect our neighbors targeted by the Trump administration, such as immigrants, people of color, LGBTQ+ folks, and workers, etc., as well as to build political alternatives, strategies and policies rooted in values of solidarity and the common good. Despite the potential of local government as a site of resistance and alternatives, Amherst faces problems rooted in a town council that has remained largely stagnant since the 2017 town charter that created it. The council has prioritized oversized building projects and development continually in our town budgets and policies. Here are some things I would do differently if elected. I would prioritize spending on living wages for our civil employees and educators, as well as basic services. I would seek to spend our capital budget on infrastructure that residents like me and my family depend on, such as roads, school buildings, and our fire station and DPW. There have been damaging budget cuts to our public schools for 2 years in a row now. I would work to ensure that the school budget is fully funded with no cuts. This includes working proactively with UMass and Amherst College to get them to contribute annually to our schools, as well as leading on advocacy for more funding at the state level. I would work to implement recommendations from the Community Safety Working Group. This includes fully funding CRESS, our unarmed community safety responders. I would also advocate for the opening of a BIPOC-led teen center, another key recommendation of the CSWG. I would prioritize local action on climate by contracting a waste hauler for the town, putting solar on roofs of municipal parking lots, and making all new buildings fully net zero. I would also like to see our town divest from the fossil fuel industry. I would prioritize new construction of housing for families and seniors in our downtown areas with inclusionary zoning for affordability, and would advocate for UMass to house more students on campus. I also support the statewide rent stabilization ballot initiative. I've been active in Amherst for many years now, working on progressive candidate and issue campaigns, serving on town meeting, and on the Amherst School Committee's enrollment working group. I attend council and school committee meetings, and I make my voice heard. I report on school committee meetings for the Indy. This is my second time running for town council because it is still my belief that Amherst deserves a council that reflects the diversity and priorities of its residents. Please vote for me on November 4th for Town Council District 2. Thank you.